Jacob.
I'm Yuri.
And we are going for a drive.
Cadillac CT4V
Blackwing with launch control. And no lift shift.
Was that no lift shift?
Yep.
Like as an actual feature, or you just no lift shift?
No, it's a feature.
Horsepower and torque.
472 horsepower, 445 pound-feet of torque from a 3.6-liter twin-turbo V6.
With a 6-speed manual transmission, and spoiler alert, we're just gonna say nice things about this car and how great it is because we love it and you should go buy one.
You should straight up, everyone right now, just turn off the video, go buy one, go to tsp.truecar.com. We are dead serious. This is one of our favorite cars ever after driving so many other cars.
Put in your order, come back. Now let's get back to the video. Why is this so special?
First of all, this transmission, the fact that you can get an auto and a 6-speed manual, and the fact that this 6-speed manual is so good. It's a Tremec unit, and we love Tremec transmissions, and this one is one of the greatest.
And part of the reason why it's so great is you got a rev match button that's a hard button and not through the infotainment or some other dumb stuff.
It's not tied to a drive mode. It's not even in the infotainment. Like, it's right there.
Okay, and then if the Civic or the Integra Type S had the rev match button, hard button, why is this still better? Is it because it's rear wheel drive and 6-cylinder turbo?
Yeah, that's exactly why it's better. It sounds a hell of a lot better. Let's take a listen to the outside. And now let's take a listen to the inside. Like, it's pumped in a totally appropriate amount, and you can also customize that through the engine sound button in the infotainment, which is amazing.
Holy friggin' backfire burbles, Batman.
It will non-stop pop basically all the time.
Yeah, but it's not as like loud and snappy as like probably a CT5V Blackwing would be.
There. Yeah, it's just like...
It goes for so long.
And then you just keep doing it. But yeah, it's one of my favorite sounding V6s, like, surprisingly. They did a really good job.
And I love my 6-cylinders.
I know you do.
And I guess if we had this when we did our Z, Supra, and M2, you know, if this was a surprise contestant, it would probably win.
Yeah, like it's sort of disqualified for being a 4-door, but at the same time, it's so much better in many ways
than all the other cars.
Yeah.
And like the M2 had 4 seats that were pretty as usable as these.
Yep. Exactly, and like the way that this drives, it fits into that group and it feels, at least on the road, because we have driven this previously on the racetrack, watch that video as well, but on the road, that's where this really shines.
We make the title RIP Supra, Z, and M2.
It's a little long, but...
Maybe.
But honestly, the title should just be like, buy this over a BMW M3 or something, because now I'm going to send this in the cliche corner with a PTM Race 2, which I do find actually cuts traction a little bit too aggressively. And honestly, I would probably drive this with traction off just because it'll be so much more fun. But
on track, that's probably...
Exactly, but through here,
really good.
It handles so well, and it still does allow some slip angles. So like, I really enjoy driving this. The steering, like every input to this car is incredible. GM killed it with this.
Yeah, the clutch pedal, everything, engagement point.
And like,
good.
Okay, I'll turn off my rev matching because I'm just doing it just because whatever, and now heel toe, perfect. Like, it's just good. The pedal placement is perfect. Everything about this.
And this car has so many hard buttons and stuff too, which a lot of these other stupid cars don't. Like, not that they're all stupid, but I'm just saying it's stupid when things suck.
Yeah. And this engine is also fantastic. It's not as punchy as like an M3 or anything like that, but the power level is great, like very torquey, and it comes on really quick. And then I didn't flat foot shift there, but you can also flat foot shift, which you can't in other cars. So I'm not gonna lift my foot off the gas, and it just holds boost. Like,
I don't know.
Unreal.
Why would you buy a Z Supra
this
or
car is unreal.
M2? Like, actually.
I know.
I'm like so conflicted.
We've driven this before, but like, it's so much better now.
So like, why is it better now? Is it because we brought this to the cliche corner where the first time we drove it was like at a track and like a little press event?
That always helps.
And yeah, when you put it on your daily drive and you're like, where you compare everything else, you're like, oh. And then we drove a bunch of cars since we first drove this, and like newer cars weren't better than this car that already existed.
A lot of new cars actually got worse, and I was able to live with this for a week. And I also had a Golf R at the same time, and I took this every single time.
Yeah.
Not once did I even look at that Golf R when I still had this in my driveway. Like, the way that this is all laid out, the cup holders, things like that, nothing gets in the way of the shifter.
Yeah.
So this is, by the way, a full cup holder pass. All this carbon fiber in here. We've got a wireless charger, a little bit of infotainment stuff that's also perfect. We have wireless and wired Apple CarPlay.
I like how we have a volume knob and a tuning knob. Like,
yeah.
Why can't we have both buttons? Why does everyone need to do dumb things in every car?
And the size of the infotainment, it's not like in your face, it's not taking up the windshield. Like, it's perfect.
Yeah, tacked on tablet style is great. I don't mind it at all. And you know what's cool?
What?
SiriusXM satellite radio. The Beach Boys channel is back starting today. And we can rewind.
There you go.
Yeah, that's the most important part as far as I'm concerned.
And then this gauge cluster, the fact that you can get into this really nice V mode with the center tack, and then there's also a bunch of track modes and stuff like that. And then all the drive modes, there's so many of them. And then on top of all the drive modes, there's customization through the infotainment, and then there's also all the customizable traction modes.
You know what I really like is that when auto rev match is on, the number is yellow.
Yeah.
When you turn it off, it's white.
It's so
it's white,
simple.
Right?
Yeah. It's
yeah.
white.
So easy.
Yeah, and then we have the V mode button on the steering wheel, and then the other button, which is your knob to control your performance traction.
Yeah, when I got in, I was a little confused because I was double clicking the traction to try to get it to do that stupid mode, and then I'm like, oh yeah, they solved that problem too.
Yeah.
That we didn't like in other GMs.
Like, we literally, I don't have a single complaint about this car.
I do.
Okay. You want to drive now?
Yes. All right, starting off with the complaints.
Oh, wow.
There's no manual handbrake.
Yeah.
How sick would that be, though?
Yes, yes.
You're gonna have to drill in there and put a hydraulic one, which is fine.
It would be nice, but it doesn't bother me. This is already rear-wheel drive.
I don't like the head-up display.
Okay, but I also don't use it, so I don't care.
Yeah, I would turn it off. It kind of hurts my eyes the way this one looks or whatever. And like, you got your shift lights there, it's cool. Yeah, so that's it with complaints.
Okay, sick.
Okay, do you mind that we've got like proper GM hard plastic at the bottom?
I don't.
No?
No, I really don't. Because this car, I'm able to excuse things when the car is dynamically fantastic.
It doesn't bother me one bit. I don't even care. Do we have cooled and heated or just heated?
Just heated. Cooled would have been nice, but it is an option available.
Oh, okay, and this isn't like super option now, because I noticed from the outside we don't have like all the aero.
Yeah, this doesn't have the optional carbon fiber exterior package.
Glitchy corner.
Dude, there's already an apex, but somebody laid down a cone for us.
Oh, I love this.
Yeah.
This is one of those cars that feels like this is...
It's right at home here. And like over the bump. The suspension is perfect.
You could family car this pretty hard.
And we're in the stiffest mode. And I've been dialing it down just for daily driving and comfort mode, but you can still daily this.
You know what I love about this compared to a Camaro? No friggin' paddles for a manual.
Yeah, exactly.
My goodness, what the heck?
Yeah, just a good old rev match button down here.
All right, I haven't launched this yet, so let's see how bad I butcher this.
Floor it.
Flat foot shifting.
There you go.
Hot tamale.
Yeah. Just keeps it spooled.
You know that meme where you're just smacking the credit card down to order one?
This is this.
Except I want the 24 in yellow.
Yeah, okay, so they offer pretty cool colors in the 2024 model year. This is a 2023, and I don't know if 2024 is the last year. I'm kind of worried that it is, so definitely get your orders in ASAP, because we're debating maybe ordering one of these ourselves.
Yeah, PA, get me one of the yellow last year ones, I'll take it. Just whatever, full carbon, full trim, full everything. Fanciest colors inside, I don't care.
Yeah, we're definitely thinking about it. This car's that good.
Would you take this over a base Corvette C8? Like, I think hands down.
I don't know.
Really? Like a base one?
I just like V8s.
All right, other stuff that makes this better than every other car in the world, and better than every German company.
Okay.
We have a gosh darn SD card slot, so you can use a drive recorder instead of some stupid app that's not going to work. on like all the other cars, like track pace. It took like 7 years for that to work, and it still sucks.
Yeah, so this has the optional performance data recorder.
And then, like, did you see the new BMWs? They're like, oh, well, you're charging. You could sync your apps to your phone and play, like, flat...
Angry Birds or
Angry
whatever.
Birds. You know how old Angry Birds is?
Yeah.
Like 15 years old.
I know.
That's like in 2005, they were like, oh, our car can play Mario Bros. for Nintendo NES.
To be fair, Cadillac may be doing something like that with like an EV version of one of these. Who knows?
I'm not talking about that Cadillac. I'm talking about this Cadillac.
Okay.
You think the engineering team is overlapping? No.
Apparently, some of them are.
They're probably mad at each other. Okay, what drive modes do we have?
There's so many of them, Yuri.
All right, I'm going to list all the drive modes. So if I click my V button to get back to normal mode, we got my mode, snow ice, which I would drive this no problem with some Viking Contact 7 tires from Continental.
And the Continental recommended tire for the summer would be the Extreme Contact Sport 02.
Rear-wheel drive would be great in winter. It's actually my favorite in winter.
It is. My daily driver is a rear-wheel drive V8.
Was that a CT5 or 4 V non-Blackwing we had in winter that one year, rear-wheel drive, and it was just like amazing.
Yeah, it was a 4 or 5. It was, non-Blackwing.
Got track, sport, and tour, and my mode. And then with the traction controls, we've got so many different ones. So if you wanted to like get better on track incrementally, it would be so perfect for that. And especially with the drive recorder combined, it would just be so sick.
Yeah,
and these things held up so well when we drove them on CTMP too.
Exactly. The only thing I remember is getting air conditioning condensation pissing on my leg. Oh, this car is leaking on my foot again. There's condensation on my foot. But other than that, it was great.
Yeah, I think that was a
really, really hot day.
Shouldn't have happened.
Yeah. And with being a rear-wheel drive car, all you want is a limited slip differential, right?
It's not all I want, but yes, it is nice to have.
Yes, exactly. And you can even see the amount of lockup in the gauge cluster, which is pretty cool because I don't recall anything other than GM's showing that. And the coolest part of the launch control menu is you can just leave it in automatic, or you can go to custom, change your launch RPM and your slip target, which is exactly how much your wheels will slip. And on top of that, you've got line lock to do big, fat, nasty burnouts. Not that you need it, but thanks GM for including this amazing feature.
Other stuff, we've got presets for the seats, and these seats are very comfortable.
No massages, don't expect them, but they are also very bolstered, and you can even get those crazy like carbon fiber bucket-ish ones, which are also very comfortable.
AKG speakers.
Which is great.
Remember we got those wireless AKG Cadillac headphones like years ago when we got the first Escalade?
Yeah.
Mine broke.
Mine broke too, yeah.
Shout out AKG. When you were doing donuts and burnouts in the M3, it was confusing because of all like the launch controls and stuff it made you do, right?
I had to force engage launch control and then force a burnout by turning right away.
You know what lets you do dumb stuff?
This.
So I got in and did a big smoky burnout first thing, and I was like, yes, I like this car.
That's literally what I did too. I was like, yes, I also love this car.
Man.
Yeah, that's all it takes.
Okay, how about the back seats? Do you fit in the back?
No, but I also don't care because I'm the driver.
Yeah, and I fit in the back, so I'd be fine with that. I don't really have that many tall friends that I care too much about.
However, I could definitely put a child seat back there and have my kid back there, and he would have a great time.
Would he? Or would it be...
He likes that stuff. My kid loves it.
Okay, and then trunk space is pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh, and looks-wise, you don't like the way the trunk lid is still like pretty big and
Yeah,
stuff?
the trunk lid just like overhangs a little bit too much, but like whatever.
Whatever.
Because the front still looks really good and the side still looks really good, and these wheels look so much better than the ones that we had at the track, which were the black ones.
I wish this wasn't orange.
Yeah, I know.
I wish the press car wasn't the same color that we did before. So if I Photoshop this, that is why it's yellow. I'm so sorry.
You can get this in that same blue that we had the 5V Blackwing in too.
I can't make the metallic look blue in
yes.
Photoshop. Metallic has to go to metallic.
Okay. And the major change for 2023 model year, there's a Blackwing badge under the V badge.
Ooh. You know, I can never tell if like it's a Blackwing or not.
Dude, I can't
on
either.
The street. There was one guy who was driving a Blackwing, and I think I yelled, I'm like, is that a Blackwing? And then he messaged me on Instagram later. He's like, yo, I'm a fan. It's a Blackwing. So shout out that guy with the Blackwing.
Between a regular CT4V and a V Blackwing, unless you have the canards and all that stuff, like I can't tell the difference.
And you know what would really offset all this black hard GM plastic?
A set of TuxMat probably, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Go to TuxMat.com/TheStraightPipes to see what they have for your car. So with the steering wheel, we've got the red stitch up top, which is always a good time when you see that.
It's actually a stripe, not a stitch.
Stripe with stitches around it. And then if you look at the bottom, the V logo, it's got a number on it. Yuri, what do you think that number is?
46355, I think is what that number is.
What does it mean?
Probably something to do with the production numbers.
Yes.
Nailed it.
But it's the actual VIN number. It's the last 5 digits from the VIN number.
Oh, that's cool. I guess that's a good way to like flex at car shows and stuff.
If you decode it, the 4 means that it's a production Blackwing, and then the 6 means it's a 6-speed manual.
Oh.
And then this is number 355 of that configuration.
Oh, that's really neat.
Yeah.
More reasons to like this car.
Yeah.
All right. Yo, I don't know what else there is to talk
The
about.
visors!
3, 2, 1. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Oh my goodness. All right. Is that it?
I'm at a loss for words.
I think it's time we get to the price.
It starts at $67,498.
Canadian.
And this one is $73,048.
You should buy it. There's nothing wrong with it. I love it.
You should buy it. 2 thumbs up. Recommendations from us. Yuri would also do it too, but he's driving. And yeah, just buy this car.
Just buy this car. Just buy this car.
This is one of the best cars we've driven like ever.
Great job, everybody.
Yeah. So shout out Cadillac team.
Can you guys just keep this car going for like the next 15 years?
Just pull a Nissan. Just keep it in production for like 15, 20 years.
Like the STI.
Don't change it. Don't change it at all.
Don't change anything.
Nothing.
Don't even upgrade the software.
Don't give me Android Auto, automotive, like nothing.
Nothing.
Just this.
Just keep it.
And just
forever.
Somehow maybe even lower the price every year instead of increasing it. But I know that's not possible.
Thanks for watching, everybody.
Yeah.